to make Stark Tower / the Avengers Tower. I have made this in the past, but I really wanted a new version for Stream City, and here we are. Hopefully you like this version just as much, if not better.
Mommy, can you get something that can hold
This
this up
is the
right
amount of
here?
space required to make your build. Do feel free to make this grid in your world if you feel as though it will help you out. And
What?
here
No, I cannot.
are all of the materials that we will
Something
use
to hold
throughout
this
the
up
build.
right
Please
here.
make
Yeah, I
sure
don't
that you
have
have
the thing to
access
hold
to
it up right
all of these. Step 1, ladies and gentlemen, come all the
Can
way
you get
over to the
something,
front
please?
left-hand corner of your grid, if you've made it, and count backwards 1, 2, 3. This is the starting position. Begin by placing 9 lime grey concrete extending up from the
Oh,
ground.
Mama,
1, 2,
I
3,
just kind of
4,
copy
5,
what some
6,
YouTubers
7,
do
8, 9.
to get
And
subs.
then extend backwards by
'Cause
33.
Someone
1,
subscribes.
2, 3,
Probably because
4,
of one of
5,
my
6, 7,
videos.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
'Cause we have
15,
9.
16, 17, 18, 19,
You have
20,
8.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. To which I'm just going to connect down to make sure that it does join to the corner of my grid. Perfect. So, we then want to take that 31st block and extend it across the build by 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, to which I'll also connect this down to the bottom as well. And then I will extend the 18th block forwards and join it across to our starting position. So what essentially we're making is a big, giant,
Do you know
light
anything
grey
that can hold
concrete
this?
box. So let's join all of the 4 corners down to the ground.
Multiple stuff?
And I'll tell you what, we'll even join the bottom of this together as well. So quite literally to make a giant light grey concrete rectangle. It actually looks like concrete as well, as it is light grey. So not only is it like just a light grey concrete rectangle, it actually does just look like a big giant solid block of actual concrete. So what we want to have should look exactly like this. So the next thing we're going to do is, starting from the top front left
I'm
hand
not
corner,
copying
our
other
giant
people's
light grey
videos.
concrete
I
block,
just
we want to move backwards from this corner, 1, 2, and on top
I
of this
said
block right
we're
here, place
acting.
9 light grey concrete.
We're
1, 2,
reacting
3,
to this.
4, 5, 6, 7,
And people
8,
react
9.
to stuff.
We're going to start adding some form to this building. So from this block, we then want to place
Will Jack,
up
but
left
will Jack
diagonally
react?
towards the back of the build, and then
Stuff.
3 light grey concrete on top.
So it's
1,
allowed.
2, 3. Now, that exact same thing that we have done, we want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Well,
more
YouTube
times in total.
deletes
So
it.
we're just going to
I
count
don't really
the
care.
amount of times that we do this exact same thing. So, the diagonal towards the back of the build, and then 1, 2, 3 on top. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, in total, we want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those diagonally placed rows of 4 lime grey concrete. So from this last one, we want to place an up left diagonal again, a singular lime grey concrete on top, and then from this, we are going to place a light blue glass on top of this, and then a white concrete on the outside. So that's just a nice little marker for us for later. From the bottom of the 2 light grey concretes, we'll place a light grey concrete back and left diagonally, extend down 1, 2, 3, and then add another back left diagonal, and we are going to join this down to the frame of our building. So we'll end up with a really, really cool shape actually. It will look like this. Now, this kind of reminds me of a shark, which is funny. Shark? So, now that we have done this, we want to move
Mama,
on to the
I don't
opposite
have a
side of the
problem
and we want to do
anymore.
the exact same thing. So I will remind you of the measurements. We start from the top front right corner of the building, move back 1, 2. On top of this block, place 9 light grey concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we simply do in total 7 diagonals. So 1, 1, 2, 3 on top. So that would be 1 in total. And then 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. So start with 9, 7 times 4 vertical rows of light grey concrete. And from the last one, we'll place an upright diagonal extending backwards, single light grey concrete on top, glass on top of this, light concrete in front of it, and then come down here to the row of 2,
I got
place
something
a
for you.
back
It's really good.
right
Here, sit up.
diagonal here, and then
Sit
bring
up.
it
But I
down
need to film
to
this.
Stand up. No, you
plane
don't.
of our building.
Okay, you gotta
So
listen, because you gotta
we'll
eat.
have this on both sides.
I'll do it after
Look
this is
pretty
done.
spectacular once it's done. And we are further working on what kind of looks now. It still sort of looks like a shark, but now it's starting to look like a winged creature. I don't know what exactly, but we're getting there. Or maybe even like a rabbit with like 2 ears. But anyway, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add a bit of framing around what we've just made. So the easiest way to do it is actually to start all the way down here at the bottom of the very long rows that we've made, the vertical straight ones, and we place a row of white concrete behind and outside of the rows of light grey concrete, right? So this row of white concrete, it just extends all the way up, and it is going to sit on the outside of our light grey concrete, okay? Like this. And the reason that that is important is that we can then, and let's do it on the other side as well, because I don't want to forget to do it on the other side too. So let's extend the white concrete, just remember, behind and outside of the row of light grey. This helps us to create depth. It's just a nice little feature to the building, like this. So remember, on the outside, it just kind of goes all the way around like that. It looks pretty cool. So we end up with this singular white concrete here, and what we then want to do is in front and above this, we place another white concrete, extend it forwards by 1 row, and this is from the left side.
Sorry
We
guys,
then
that's
want
just
to
my dog.
place 2
Yes, you gotta eat.
up
Sit up.
and forward diagonal.
The
white
video's not
concrete.
over.
Extend forwards by 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then we'll have
And then extending inwards now, so inwards into the right
Hey,
diagonal.
I'm
and
reacting
forwards,
to
we place a
something.
white concrete, extend forwards 1, 2, and then
Different.
inwards and
I'm
right
gonna post this
diagonal,
on YouTube.
place 1 in front. We then want to place 2 inwards and
Mama, people
forward
react to stuff.
diagonals like this.
Yeah, but you're not
And
reacting.
we extend here. And then we do
I'm
this one more
recording
time,
it.
for diagonal, inwards and forwards, extend to the right by 1.
I might have
Now,
to
we
cut
have to have a
something.
center point, so we place an inwards and forwards diagonal. So we now want to extend this diagonal block to the right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is actually the center row. So from here, we simply just have to repeat what we've already done onto this side, and everything will work together nicely. So from the end of this row, we place an inward and to the right diagonal, extend right 1. Inward and right diagonal, extend right by 1. 2 inward and right diagonals, 1, 2. Extend the second one back by 1. We then want to place another inward and right diagonal like this, and extend back by 2, 1, 2. Then one more time, inward and right diagonal, extend back by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just have to join this downwards like this. So we place a couple of diagonals, 1, bottom right diagonals 2, and then extend back by 1. And then you should notice that this mirrors the opposite side, and we now have a pretty cool shape. So whilst it might look as though that we've not filled in a lot of the building, a lot of this is actually the hard part, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me.
Been incredibly loyal and responsible to the original show. George.
This is a dumb ad.
From here, we are
Sorry,
going to
guys.
add more white concrete
Keep
framing,
filming.
which will help us shape the building further. So, starting on the left
Simon,
side
stop
here,
bread,
we
it's
have
yummy
this
and hot
row
right
of
now.
5 white concrete.
Well, I didn't
We want
send
to place
this.
grey concrete on the inside of this first block. We do have to be specific. We then want to extend the grey concrete upwards by 1, 2. Place a white concrete on the outside of the second block. And then extend the white concrete forwards by 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then extend a block inwards and forwards like this, and forwards by 2, 1, 2. Then place another front right diagonal and extend forwards 1, 2. Then extend 2 front right diagonal, so 1, 2. Extend to the right by 2, 1, 2. Now we want to place another front right diagonal. We then want to extend this block to the right by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is once again a pivotal row. So this is the center, and all we have to do is pretty much just copy what we do on that side over onto this side again. So that means an inwards and right diagonal. Extend to the right by 2, 1, 2. We then want to place 2 inward right diagonals, so 1, 2. Extend back by 2, 1, 2. Place an inwards and right diagonal and extend back by 2, 1, 2. Place an inwards and right diagonal and extend back by, well, quite a lot actually. We extend back by 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is that point over there. So we can place a grey concrete and extend down by 2. And in doing that, we actually have the same thing on both sides now. So you can see how this is shaping together really, really
You can just
nicely.
leave that on the couch.
And we're almost at the point where we don't have to place all of these diagonal rows of stuff in the in there. So
I'm
the
sorry.
next thing we're going to do is we are now going to start extending the white concrete backwards. We're actually going to start all the way back over here on this side, as everything just seems to start on this side. And we are going to place behind this
Okay.
row of white concrete a row of 7 white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Extend up by 2, 1, 2. Place a front up right diagonal. Place 1 on top. Extend right by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend up by 2, 1, 2. Up right diagonal. Extend up by 2, 1, 2. Extend left by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then down by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then simply just extend right like this. So the end result will look looks so weird. The end result will look like this. To which we can then come over onto the opposite side over here. And we can extend this white concrete backwards by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then extend up by 2. 1, 2. And then place an up left diagonal. 1 on top. Extend left by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up by 2. 1, 2. Then place an up left diagonal. Up 2. Right by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we simply just want to extend down by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then extend forward like that.
Also,
So
use your
we
fork
can
and
join
eat it. It's
the
chicken.
top of this
It's
shape
like spaghetti
together
flavored
at the
chicken.
front.
So good.
And you can probably even do it at the back as well if you like. But just the top really, because I don't know whether we're going to add glass into the top of this or white concrete. We'll kind of just see when we get there. But the end result anyway, and once again I do want to keep pointing out that we are making tremendous progress here, believe it or not. The end result should look exactly like this. So, what are we going to be doing next? We are going to add the back part of the tower. So this is all of the part of the tower that requires any sort of finesse. The rest rest of this is actually pretty much just the same shape, extended back and up. So we come all the way down to this part of the above the light grey concrete line.
Probably that's just my dogs.
And we place a row of 11 grey concrete extending backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Mama and my
10, 11.
family.
We then want to place an inward left
Okay,
diagonal.
and we asked
extend
each
out
other.
back like this. So in left, extend back by 2, 1, 2. And then an in left diagonal, extend back by 1, 2. Inward left diagonal, so 1,
Taxi.
and then 2. Extend to the left by 2.
Sorry.
And then place an inward left diagonal. Then extend this diagonal across to the left by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A bag full of Avengers.
This shape. So we place
Hey.
diagonal, go left by
Hello.
1, 2. 2 in left diagonal, so 1, 2.
I'm
Extend
full
forward by 1.
now.
Place an inward.
Mommy, I'm full.
And then extend forward by 2. 1, 2.
Jack,
And
go
then
lay
place
down.
Another outward
Stop.
diagonal like this. And extend
Seriously.
all the way.
And the chicken has cheese
So,
and.
we should have this shape right here, kind of like half
Love you too.
an oval. Now,
That
the
bread's
cool
not so
thing
good.
about
You
this
need to eat
shape
it when
is
it's
that we
hot,
can
buddy.
extend
It was way
all
better.
the way up to, let me show you where the line is. Just underneath where the white concrete line is here. So if we take it from the outside. This line here. So that might seem a little bit crazy, like that's an insane amount. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Doc. So we want to take all
Here,
of
have a
this
bite of
grey
chicken.
concrete here, and literally just the entire shape that we've just made. You can see how painstaking this is. We literally want to extend this all the way up to the top, like this. And by the way, it is also just going to connect here as well, like it's going to connect forwards and fill the shape in here, and it will then extend inwards and around the white concrete line that we have below the big line, if that makes sense. So just to show you from the outside, it will extend up from the back, fill this gap in, and extend
Mama?
forwards and fill the little line
Some-
in the gap between the two white lines. So
Once I
Can you
Let's
have
do
a
it.
few chicken bites, please?
Mom,
What?
sometimes could you buy me some Lego stuff? The Avengers
You could totally ask for
in
that
Marvel.
for your birthday or Halloween, which or Christmas.
I would
Great
ask
choice.
the Halloween witch probably in my for my birthday.
Yeah, I promise that was yummier when it was hot.
Okay. Are we gonna do trick or treating down here?
Probably. Well, it doesn't really have trick or treating. We might as well go down here. There's a bunch of good streets right here.
Oh, guess what?
What?
Me and Gracie, we're thinking
No.
to be the same thing.
What?
A little devil with like a short long dress
Oh.
and little like bright red tights that are like see through. And like big sandals that go up. I'm gonna be
And
full
little
of
devil's
Thanos,
wings.
guys. I'm gonna be full of
So
Thanos.
cute.
Peter bugs or aim. Full of Thanos or aim.
Pretty sure Kate told me she was going to be the snow queen again.
perfect. So now that we have placed all of our grey concrete,
Snow
and we are left with
Snow
something
fairy?
that kind of
I
looks
already
like a
did that.
penguin
Wore that
with
for a minute.
glasses, we want to grab our white concrete and add a row of white concrete starting from this long row here.
Wait, you
We
did
want
that.
to add a row of white concrete all the way
I remember
around
the ice queen.
the grey concrete.
But it still fits you.
So
and
this
it was
is
a
going
lot
to
of work to
create
make that
depth.
costume so cool.
And it is also going
Oh
to
yeah, I never realized.
separate some of the colours of the tower. So what I mean by that is that now that we have added a row of white concrete all the way around the top of the grey concrete, okay, so what we now want to do is mark out on top of the grey concrete area, however sitting behind
She's
the
like a
white
character
concrete
from a
area,
movie or something.
we want to place a row of 4 light grey concrete extending extending it on top of the grey concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or somebody from.
I really just wonder if
Ugh. Guys, it's not an ad.
none of us is
I don't think
perfect.
Charles, that's
But
Billie
the little
Eilish.
You'd have to show me
Want
a
to
picture.
place a white concrete in front of this fourth one.
Okay.
Place a row of 5 grey concrete on top of the light grey. 1,
That'd be
2,
cool.
3, 4, 5. Place white concrete in front of the grey. And then proceed to place a row of 6. 1, 2,
Wait, can I
3,
be
4,
Sakura?
5, 6
From
grey
Naruto?
concrete,
Probably.
which we are not going to
It
place.
could be
anything.
anything, except I would have to
So,
put on the
these
line.
rows right here are very, very simple, but quite important. So,
And you
all we're
need,
going to do
Ear
is
things with the
extend
black
on top of
things.
the row of grey
Those
concrete
are
that
the
we have already
ends of
placed,
her
so we know the
headband.
shape, and we are going to extend it forwards.
We need
So
to,
this
we
is
need
with
to
the
like
light grey,
point a
this is
hand.
with the grey.
We
We're
need
going
to make the
simply place it on
headband
top of the
somehow.
grey concrete, extend it forwards, make sure it sits behind the white concrete shape, and we'll do the exact same thing with the grey concrete as well. So the grey concrete, just as an example, you know, extend forwards,
So I was doing like A.
just so that it just sits
I might be
just
able
behind the
to
white
Naruto
concrete,
though.
just all the way up to the top like this, and we'll
And then I could be
extend
something.
these
And I can
rows
have
back and
I
around
can have
and
like
as high
super
as they
cool
have to
weapon
go.
from Naruto. Like throwing stars. Yeah, and like the super cool throwing stars. And the kunai. And the kunai.
Kunai knives. Kunai knives.
And I could go like this.
Okay, wait. Can we watch the movie yet?
If we're gonna watch any kind of movie, we gotta start it.
Sorry guys.
Let's turn that on.
Perfect. So now we have raised up those
No.
individual rows. What we can now do is
Yeah, there's no
extend
way you
white
can post that,
concrete
so no.
around the backs of them, just similar to how we did earlier, just sitting on the
It is gonna
outside.
work.
This helps us to
People
create
make
a gap.
hours.
It
Yeah,
of
but
kind
we
of helps
can't
the
make
rows
that
to
on an
blend
iPad.
together as well.
You have to have a
And
fancy
it just
computer
helps to
do
kind of
bigger
like shape
files.
the building. It just looks really, really cool.
Let me
So
see how
once
much
we just
time
add
is left.
this around the edge of
We're
the
gonna have to make it
and also to
part
the front,
2.
we will
Bye. We have to make it part 2.